Hey ladies. Okay, so today I wanted to talk a little bit about meal planning. So this is probably one of the most important things you guys are going to need to do, especially if you are a brand new challenger, or maybe this is even your second round. You probably have learned how important this is. So I want to spend a lot of time sort of going over this, and it's something that we're going to do together for this whole challenge group, and we're going to sort of keep each other accountable with our own meal plan. Because honestly, if you are not planning out your meals and what you're going to have, it's going to be really, really hard to see success with this because it comes down to your nutrition so much. So I don't want this to sort of get overlooked. You can't just assume you're going to sort of figure out what you're going to eat as you go throughout the day. If you do that, you're going to end up reaching for unhealthy things, unhealthy snacks, or you're gonna undereat and you're not gonna eat enough. And then at the end of the day, maybe you're gonna all of a sudden pig out on everything because you're starving. So you have to have a plan. You have to prep your food for sure, but even more so important, I think, is having a plan in place of what you are going to eat for your meals and your snacks. So what I want you to do is somehow, if you go onto Pinterest or Google, you can see a whole bunch of meal plan templates. I was going to put a bunch into this group, but the only thing with the app is you can't print out anything because you don't have access to your computer with it. So I just decided to not do that. But honestly, if you go to Pinterest and type in meal plan templates, you're going to see a whole bunch of like really pretty plain templates that you can print out and fill in for the week. Or you can just use paper and pen and put Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, and you can fill in yourself what you're going to eat. So if you're fancy, you can do it that way, or you can even download something online. What I did is I went to Chapters and or Indigo, whatever it's called now, and I've seen these at a lot of different stores. So this is, I bought a few just to kind of show you guys some options. So this is something really cool here. So it has the weekly, every day of the week, plus all your foods, and actually you can count your water as well. So that's pretty cool. So you could use something like that, and it's just a piece of paper that tears off, and it actually has a magnet for your fridge. This is another one that I got. So it's similar again, it focuses more on dinners. So you can just sort of plan out your dinners and then you can write out other things. For me, this is probably really helpful for me because I sort of tend to eat the same thing throughout the day. It's the dinners that I really need to plan out for, and having a big family, I sort of need to always have a plan in place for dinner. And then actually this is just really cool, I thought. It's a grocery list, and I've seen these a lot of places, but I always thought, oh, it's just so simple for me to write down my list all the time. But I actually love this because it has like each category that you need, and even like non-food items, like just household items. So I thought that was pretty cool. Just wanted to share that with you guys. And again, it goes on the fridge, so it's very easy for my husband to maybe check off when we are out of something, or even if you have older kids, they could participate in that as well. So just some little things. So these were like $7 at Indigo or Chapters. But again, you can just print stuff out, or if you've got like a chalkboard in your kitchen, like I know some people have, you can write out your meal plan on there, however you want to do it. So lots of options. The thing with planning out your meals, I find it easiest if you
break your sweat.
If you can work backwards from the day. So I always start with like what we're gonna have for dinner. So let's say I'm gonna plan out my meals for next week. I'm gonna think, okay, Monday night, what are we gonna have for dinner? Do we have any activities going on? Is it something that I need to sort of have in the crock pot that day? Or are we gonna be out and about when we're gonna be grabbing like takeout or stopping somewhere? You need to plan for those things, plan ahead of time. So if it's just a night where we're gonna be home, and let's say, I've decided we're gonna have tacos that night for supper, because you still can eat fun, normal foods like that when you're doing this program. That's the whole point of it. So let's say Monday night we're gonna have tacos. I need to start planning out my containers. So if I'm gonna have a taco with a whole wheat wrap, I'm gonna say I'm gonna use one yellow for my whole wheat wrap, I'm going to use a red for my meat, and I'm gonna use a green for my veggies, whether it's like some greens or peppers, whatever. And maybe some salsa, so like a quarter of a purple for salsa. So then I'll write that down on here. So I'm gonna write down my dinner, taco night, and I'm gonna do like 1 green, 1 red, 1 yellow, quarter of a purple, and a blue. I'm gonna use my cheese, so my blue. So I know those containers are done now. So then I'm gonna go to my breakfast because I always have the same thing for breakfast. So I'm gonna do oatmeal and berries. So there's 1 yellow and 1 purple. So I know, because I know what calorie bracket in, I've used all my yellows for the day. Okay, so I've also used 1 and a little bit of a purple. So I somewhere need to put another 3/4 of a purple because I get 2 purples. So I'm going to put in, maybe after lunch I'll have the rest of the berries, 3/4 of a cup of berries in after my lunch.
When am I going to Jake's birthday?
Sam's after lunch. So I will put, my purple in with my lunch. Sam, just a second. And then, so I have to look at what I have left. I'm not gonna be able to use a blue anywhere, so that rules out that. I still need to get some reds in. So I need to plug in my reds. My Shakeology is gonna be one of my snacks, so there's a red. So I've used 2 reds, so I need to have a red at lunch. So I'll put, say, 2 hard-boiled eggs in a salad with 2 green containers of veggies and greens. So now I've used all of my greens for the day because I get 3 greens for the day. What you can also do is have a little checklist, somewhere maybe with your containers so you can check them off as you're planning out your meals, okay? So that might seem like it's really time consuming, and it's gonna be the first time you do it, but I promise you, if you take the time, if you take 20 minutes to do this tomorrow or today, you will have so much more success this week. And it will seem more naturally. And as you go through this, you sort of don't have to plan out as much because it'll come naturally to you. I have the same thing for breakfast every single morning. Most of the time my lunch is fairly similar too. The only thing that changes up things is my dinner. And I always, and even still 2.5 years into this, I plan for that. So if, let's say we're gonna have homemade pizza, I know that I'm gonna use a yellow at night for my pizza and my green. I'm probably not gonna have much protein on my pizza because I'll probably do like a veggie pizza for myself. So I know I need to add, can you guys just go in a different room for 1 second, guys? Okay? So I'm gonna add in, Sam, Andy's sleeping, okay? It's reality. I'm gonna add in an extra red somewhere throughout my day. So you have to plan for things. If you are like me and you need to have a snack in the evening, Sam, Andy's sleeping. I am going to save a red container every single night to have my Greek yogurt that I love. So I know I need to write down my Greek yogurt every single evening, so I need to take that into consideration. So I hope that helps a little bit, and it's gonna take a little bit of time for you guys to work your way through that, but just sort of plan out your foods, what you wanna eat for dinner, and then work backwards, sort of subtracting your containers, and just make sure that you've somehow worked in your containers every single day. Don't skip them. You'll be doing yourself a disservice. You will not get to your goals if you skip them. You will not lose weight faster. You will hold on to that weight, which I'll go into detail, further into the challenge group about that. What I'm gonna do every single Sunday night, I want everybody to post their meal plan for the week. So it's sort of like homework for you guys every single weekend, but I want you guys to get to your goals. Spring is here, apparently it's here, and summer's coming. And I know that we all want to look and feel our best for this time of year, and this is how we're gonna do it. And you guys signed up to do this program, so I'm going to keep you accountable, and part of that is making sure you guys have a plan in place. And meal planning is one of the most important things that you can do to get success and to get to your results. So I want to see your meal plan posted every single Sunday. I'll sort of do a post on Sunday reminding you guys to all post. I'm going to post mine as well. I'm in this with you guys. I want to be accountable as well. And then we can sort of learn from each other, like what other people are eating and what their meal plan looks. So I'll try and post mine early in the day tomorrow to give you guys some ideas. The other thing I was going to mention, Sam, come here. Out of her room. The other thing I was going to mention is this group is, it's only 21 days. It's a 21-day challenge. I know some of you are doing 30-day programs. The reason why I sort of switched back to doing this only 21 days is because I find that people sort of fall off the wagon a little bit when it's a longer group, and it kind of gets monotonous. Is that the word I want? And I just find that people stay with this better with a shorter group. So we'll see how we do in 21 days. And of course the app will still be open so we can still kind of keep each other accountable for the remainder of the challenge. But also because my groups were starting to overlap, and that just wasn't fair for the past group that wanted to join the next group. It was overlapping. So that's why I've done that. If you guys are wondering, you know, my old fixers who are coming in and realizing that it's not 30 days anymore, it's only 21 days. So we'll see how that goes. If you guys have any questions, please post below or send me a private message. I'm always happy to help you guys out, okay? And we will talk soon. Bye.